Hello and welcome to this concluding scene for the episode, the last episode. So we've landed back about 20 to 10 and it is basically coming up to 25 past 10. So I'll get going in a minute. So first of all, just want to say I really enjoyed going on the cruise. Yes, it's making me well up a bit because I know where I'd rather be at this minute. Just bear with me. Yeah. So, I'd much rather be still on it, really. But you have to go home, don't you? You have to go home because if you don't go home, you can't return to wherever you've come from, right? And it was nice weather. You know, glorious sunny weather in Limassol this morning. Come back to a quite chilly UK now. So I've got the journey home. Thankfully, I've got tomorrow off, which is a good thing because I'm definitely not in the mood to go back to work at the minute. I know I've got to, and I had a nightmare hellish shift. Well, 2 shifts before I even finished for the cruise. So I was actually glad I went, to be honest, because it was an absolute nightmare. And I always end up going back to rubbish, literally. When I come back from a holiday, it doesn't matter whether it's a cruise or whatever, I always return to a nightmare shift or shifts at work. So, which makes me then want to book more holidays. And that's part of the reason I book holidays. Because it just drives me round the bend. I know I have to do the job. I know I'm paid to do it. But if I could have another job, I would. Believe me, I would. But for now, I will just continue doing what I've got to do, which will pay for my holidays. So, what plans are going to come up next? Well, 2 things I'm going to mention, first of all. Well, 3 things I'm going to mention before I set off. Number 1, I want to give a shout out to all those that met me on the cruise. So, I say hello to all of you. I also say hello to Tina and Ian, who have been on the same flight as me. They were sat behind me. I'll obviously keep in touch with them on social media. There are other people that have been on the cruise that have been on my YouTube channel and have been watching the videos. Plus there's the staff on board. So hello to all of you out there that have watched the series, that have been watching my videos. I'm glad it's helped because quite a few have gone on that cruise that have never cruised before. So it's nice to give advice and for you to listen to the advice prior to me obviously meeting you at the cruise port and on the ship. So I'll give a massive shout out. So please stay in touch. I've got a few more episodes to put on because I videoed the flight coming home, the landing, flying over Germany. So I've got quite a lot of footage of coming over Germany and Europe, coming into land at East Midlands. So again, thank you so much for supporting the channel again. So please watch those videos when I upload them. I uploaded a few before we left Paphos. So, and I edited some videos on the flight coming back as well. So they will be put on the channel in the coming days. I've got lots and lots of photographs. Well over 2,500, maybe even 3,000 photographs and videos. I've been very busy doing YouTube. Done a few live streams. And of course, a lot of photographs and videos, selfies, catch-ups with people that I've met on other ships, like Eve and the band, and also the maitre d' who was on Explorer 2. He was on the Discovery 2 as well. The entertainment team have been great. Maddie as well. Hello, Madison, if you're watching the video. And I'm sure you will in the coming days, so hello to you. So anyway, returning to what I was saying earlier. 3 things I'm going to mention before I leave. Number 1. I have plans to do more travel blogs in the coming months. So, and that will include mini breaks. Probably not as many as last year. I did 8 travel blogs last year. I went to Benidorm twice, went to Mallorca, went to Ibiza, went to Portugal, went to Prague, and went to Dubrovnik twice. 8 trips last year. I won't be doing that many this year, but I will definitely be doing a couple of mini breaks. Maybe in the coming weeks, maybe in the coming months. Again, stay tuned to the channel, please, for that. So there will be some mini breaks coming. I most likely will go back to Benidorm and have another 3 nights out there, because at the end of the day, this airport is so convenient for me. It's half an hour up the road, literally about 40 minutes. It was 29.8 miles getting here. Will be a bit less going home. So it's still going to take about 40 minutes to get back. I'll just take a nice steady drive back. So I will do a mini break or two. So Benidorm will be on the cards. Most likely I will go out there. And I can go from here. I can go with Jet 2. It's easy to Alicante from here. 2.5 hours, you're down there. It's easy. And because it's April now, the weather will be a lot better down there. It'll be comfortable. So maybe during the Easter break or just after it, I may have a trip to Benidorm. So bear that in mind if I do it, because I will obviously announce it. Second, Dubrovnik. Now, I have every intention in going over to Dubrovnik in May. So we'll be booking some holiday off work in the coming days, as long as nobody's got the couple of weeks off I want to look at, which is the end of May. I'll either go the week before half term or the week of half term, depending on the prices. I did look up when I was on the cruise, and one of the weeks it was working out around £1,100 to go to the Vis half board. And I will most likely not go from here. It will most likely be Birmingham, but it will be Jet 2. If I can go from Manchester, I'm quite happy to go from Manchester, because I can leave work on the Monday night, travel up to Manchester Airport, stay in the hotel overnight like I did when I went to Prague, and then I'm straight into the terminal. The car can stay on the car park late Monday night. I can have a few hours sleep in the hotel, go across to the terminal, check in for the flight and go over to Croatia. And then fly back and then either go back to work. Well, I won't, because I'll obviously come back on a Thursday and I will drive back home and then go work on the Friday. So if I can do that, I'll do that. If not, it'll be Birmingham. But again, I don't mind travelling down to Birmingham from work, getting on the M6, going straight down to the airport, staying at a hotel, going over on Jet 2, over to Dubrovnik, staying at the Vis, maybe pop over into Montenegro, maybe do a trip to Bosnia, not do Korčula, but I will do the Elefiti Islands. I'll obviously do the city walls, the cable car, Lokrum Island, the museums. I will do those things. I will go and have 9 nights in Croatia. That is looking very probable for May. I would like to book a week off, and I'm going to try and plan that as well. That's the second thing. Third, I will be returning to Marella Discovery 2. So I'm going to announce that right now. I will be returning to Marella Discovery 2. Now, I haven't announced that yet, obviously, but I just have. I wasn't going to announce it for some time, but I have announced it now. I will be going back to Marella Discovery 2 for 2 weeks from Cyprus. Not from here, from Birmingham, and flying over to Larnaca. So I won't be flying back from Paphos. And I tell you what, the queues there were a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. You were lucky if you had an hour before the gate was open to have a cup of tea. And I needed a drink. Passport control security was a doddle. Check-in was an absolute nightmare. And a lady collapsed in the terminal because of the heat. I don't know what happened there, but she did have a fall. So I don't know what happened there, but the queues were outside when we got there on the bus. I've done a video on it. It's on the footage on an earlier episode, so check back on that. It was an absolute nightmare getting into the terminal. It took about an hour to get to check-in from when we got dropped off. We got picked up from the ship at 5 to 3. We left at 3 o'clock, got to the airport at 4. I didn't get to the check-in desk till about 5:15. And others were still in the queue coming into the terminal as others went through into security. It was an absolute nightmare, trust me. So anyway, I won't be going from Paphos when I go on the Discovery 2 again. I'll be going from Larnaca. Well, flying from Birmingham to Larnaca, and then going from Larnaca to Limassol to pick the ship up. And I'm doing 2 weeks. So Eve, I'll be back. I did tell her yesterday, actually on Sea Day, that I'll be back. And I've told a few others as well. They may be there, they may not be there. I've made quite a lot of friends. I've had quite a lot of selfies. It'll be nice to be back. I had a fantastic 2 meals in Corallar. I enjoyed Malta, I enjoyed Cartagena, but it wasn't long enough. It was 8 nights. I wish I'd have gone from Gran Canaria, but again, it was a lot of money. I had a night here. But I am doing 2 weeks on Discovery 2 in September this year. And there'll be 4 of us going on the cruise. Me, my brother, my mum and my dad. The reason is, it's my mum and dad's golden wedding anniversary on the 13th. It's their 50th. So me and my brother have got our own cabin, and my mum and dad have got their own cabin. And I have managed to take a photograph of the inside of one of those cabins, which I will show mum and dad at some point anyway, which will give them a rough idea what to expect. We are literally on the same deck, deck 2. I was on deck 3 on this cruise, on an inside cabin. We're on an outside one on deck 2. And I know exactly where the cabins are, because I've obviously seen them a couple of times. So on September the 10th, there will be another Marella Discovery 2 series coming from Cyprus, from Birmingham Airport with TUI. It's a later flight getting in, but we'll be there just before it leaves. So we'll have to do the muster drill and maybe get the card scan the next day when we're at sea. Got 2 weeks, Aegean Gems and Aegean Delights. Going to be visiting Ephesus. Last time I went there I was 14. So it'll be nice to go back to Ephesus. We're going to be visiting, hopefully, Santorini. Most likely Mykonos, Rhodes, Kos, Crete, Athens as well. And I'll go to the Acropolis. And Alanya in Turkey. And of course, Limassol, and go to the Old Town. So I've seen where we're going to be checking in. It's a lot more easier than last time. So I'm looking forward to that. The weather's still supposed to be good in September. So it's going to be around 25, 28 degrees. It'll be glorious. So that's my update for tonight. 3 things there. 1, some more mini breaks coming up. 2, Dubrovnik hopefully in May, and it most likely will happen because I will book the week off. And 3, a cruise in September on Marella Discovery 2 for a fortnight. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it a lot. There'll be quite a lot of surprises as well. I'm obviously going to book things for mum and dad's anniversary. I've discussed a few things over WhatsApp with them while I've been away. Different restaurants. I've mentioned a few things to people on the ship as well. So there'll be things organised. It will get videoed. I'll be videoing it, the anniversary meal that we have. Any celebration cake we get. It will be on the video. So please subscribe to my channel at ColeSmith25. And of course, I will put that at the end of the video as well in the outro. But I want to say a massive thank you to all those that have made the cruise really good. It's been amazing. I'm now going to head back. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more updates. Lots more footage to come. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching and good evening.